I joined the mentoring program because it was necessary. I needed to change. I wanted to do something different, and I was in jail and never thought I'd be in jail at post-graduating. So I kind of thought I'd go to school and then I'd graduate and get a great job and have the White House and the picket fence and, live the American dream. So a flyer came in to the dorm I was living in at the time with, I don't know, 60 other guys, 60 other men in jail. And I went. And what I liked about it is they were very forthright and honest in that this isn't to benefit you financially. We're not here to make sure you're living in some great place after, or there was nothing you were going to get tangibly from us. It was all about what you put in. What you put in will be what you get out. So if you come in with the mindset of, I'm going to see what I can get, you'll learn fast that it's not the program for you. But if you come in with sincerity and honesty and open-mindedness, you can leave with success. I've been out of jail for 2 years and some change. It wasn't easy. There are moments when you go to these meetings with your mentor where prior to going, you're just bogged down with stress, where you're going to live next, sometimes what you're going to eat. And I don't go to the meetings looking for an answer. I just go to the meetings and I let the Lord move through myself or through my mentor. And every time I've left the meeting, I've always left in higher spirits. I've never left a meeting and been still crestfallen. I've always left the meeting like that was something I needed. And after a while, you'll begin to look forward to it. It'll be one of the highlights of your week. And it's just a group of men helping a group of men. And you can tell they're not getting paid to do it. They're just out there trying to help. I brought my girlfriend to a meeting because that's encouraged a lot of times, to bring your significant other. And she mentioned, well, she's not from the States. And when she came to the States about 5 years ago, she just found it, that capitalistic spirit was too much for her. Where she's from, they tell a story about America. She's from Northeast Africa, Burundi to be exact. And she was well off, so she didn't have any issues. She went to private school her whole life, a Belgian private school. She's a native French speaker. And the dream, the American dream story is sold to them still to this day. And when she got here, she realized this isn't what she expected. And she felt like America was more all about the dollar. She said specifically, America's about the dollar. Everything's about the dollar. And she didn't think that there were people who still existed in America who were like my mentors, the people who started the mentoring program. And it was just a delight to her. She was delighted that these people still, the people like Bishop Tom and Shannon and Dixon and all the guys involved in the mentoring program. It was just a peaceful thing for her that I was involved, firstly, with these kind of human beings, and that these human beings still exist in America. She was dumbfounded and just happy that these people were still, there were people out there who would help you with no expectations. Because oftentimes, even our friends will help us, but there has to be something in for it, some kind of incentive. But with this group of men, there's no incentive for them to help you other than to see you do well and to walk the walk, which is what it's all about, walking Christ's walk. So initially, like 2 years ago, I would show up to a meeting, the first 2 or 3 times you're there on time. then, you know, you're fresh out, so to speak, that's the term, fresh out, okay? So there's a lot going on, and you begin to prioritize things at the sacrifice of your own integrity at times. So when you get to that meeting, you think it's just a Bible study. I'm not, you know, making anybody late for work. I'm not. What you're not doing is you're not respecting other people's time. That's what you're not doing. So when you get to the meeting, don't expect for them to be passive aggressive. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to tell you, what's up? Is this something you want to do, or is this not something you want to do? Because it's better that you let us know now, as opposed to continuing this kind of downhill cycle until you kind of wither away. If you can just tell us now this is something that's important to you, that you want to be a part of, now's the time to tell us. And if not, no, you know, we're not offended. You go your way, we'll go our way. If you ever want to come back, we'll receive you with open arms. But let me know, because I'm not going to be here for 20 minutes waiting for you week in and week out. So what do you want to do? It's just a level of respect that everybody draws their own line. Shannon's line is very close. My line may be a little further. But ultimately, it's about respect. You have to respect people in their time. So you're having a one-on-one meeting with a guy. The meeting doesn't start without you. And if you come late, what you're really telling that guy is, no matter what's going on in your life, it's really not that important. I'm important enough that you need to wait 20 minutes. And none of us are. We're just humans with, you know, our different issues, but ultimately we're just humans. No one's more important than the other. You just have to respect people and their time. And his family's time. He has a wife and he's got children. He's away from them. Come sit with me to help me. So you have to, if anything, you can respect that. Oh, I met Fernie in jail at a mentoring meeting, and when you go in there, you don't expect the people. You think you're going to go in a room full of people who think like you or look like you or act like you. Fernie is I guess, Chicano or Latino, and he had tattoos and bald head and
more tattoos.
Yeah, but I'm like everyone else, you know. It's a defense mechanism. We all, to some degree, stereotype and generalize because you want to be aware of your surroundings, you know. So when I hear him speak, though, he's passionate about it. He really wants to walk the walk. He was always in the meeting trying to get better, trying to change. Fernie was inspirational to me in those meetings. And he was always worried about whether or not people were going to accept his lifestyle change. I don't know his background too much, but I know he wanted to be a completely different human being. And he had fallen short so many times. His biggest worry was him forgiving himself, really.
Yeah.
That was his struggle.
Yeah.
Could he get beyond himself?
Yeah. Yeah.
And to hear him get out and be as successful as he was, still is. I mean, I had a conversation with him. I called him to let him know because he never knew. But I watched Fernie all the time and listened intently and listened about him when he got out because you visited him and some of the struggles he had where at one point he couldn't even see his own children.
Yeah, true.
He wasn't allowed. And you had to step in. And I didn't know that until I talked to Fernie. And you helped facilitate he and his wife and his children. I don't know what you did. I'm sure the Lord was working through you because knowing what his background was, I could understand why the wife or the mom or whoever it was would have reservations about him being around the children.
Yeah, so if I can be clear, because the only thing I really did was to help Fernie see that Fernie was the one that was causing Fernie the problem. Because, as you said, he had such a difficult time forgiving himself. And once he got past, it's not about the words. Back to the iceberg that we
Right.
talked about. It's the behavior that is driven off of his belief and his values. And when Fernie got to the place of understanding that he has changed and what was in the past was in the past, he helped the foster parents of his son understand it. I didn't do jack. I did nothing. I just was a mirror for our brother Fernie. And thanks be to God and whoever he's living in the kingdom.
Yeah, he's doing well.
I think
So-
he'd be happy to hear that you remembered him, and I know you're still in communication
I
with
am.
him.
Yeah, I am.
But he
I told
couldn't be
him-
with us today.
He
So.
could be with us today, but
Yeah.
his story is very important.
It is a
and
very
it was
important
instrumental
story.
in my success after.
Yeah.